Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, where everything you're about to hear and see has been done in one take. I'm your host, the One Take Man. As of the time of this video's release, my home country of Germany will be a week removed from a national parliamentary election, or as they are known in the local parlance, Bundestagswahl. As you can see right here, 23rd of February. And while I'm pretty sure coverage on it is about to become a little bit more pronounced, including in the English-speaking language, unless it hasn't already, again at the time of this video's release, I thought I would still, give you my impressions on the main running parties. I could go into details now about how exactly German elections work, but there are much better videos. There are already some pretty good videos on the topic out there, and also I want to talk about something else something else now. The short version is that Germany basically employs the same, for people in English-speaking countries. Germany basically implements the same voting system as New Zealand, and it has some, with very similar drawbacks. But again, I'm not talking about voting or how the actual parliament gets put together. I want to talk about the main political parties that are, that are likely to be elected to parliament. There are six of those, and I thought I would start with the one that I think I am currently most likely to vote with or for, namely Die Linke, translated to the left. They are currently in parliament, and they are the leftmost party that is currently in the German Bundestag. They are. I'm not exactly sure how anti-capitalist they are, but have they do generally have some solid critiques against the capitalist modes of production and the influence of capitalism over the over people's day-to-day lives, and that is something they seek to mitigate. Sometimes through regulation, sometimes through something a little bit more, sometimes through a little bit more drastic means. The Linke is at times criticized for being, for being considered the successor of the former SED, which was the one party of the former East Germany. However, that is really not the case. The successors of the SED, the PDS, were one of many parties and political organizations that came together in order to form Die Linke. So while I will not deny that they may at times, at some point have had a faction that was more admirative of authoritarian socialist models, or tankies, as progressive leftists call them. They are, that faction isn't really that faction isn't necessarily the main direction giver of this party. And this is what it looks like when you get into when you get on their website. First of all, a little call to action, voting, and okay, this is a good slogan actually. Everyone wants to rule. We want to change. What else do we got? Oh yeah, there's gonna be a live party meeting. That's good. And then this is what they are interested in. Work that befits life. No more weaponry. And affordable living. Yeah, these right here, these are some interesting topics for, I'll say, everyday Germans. But let's look at it a little bit more specifically. This is what their electoral program consists of, or rather, this is the short form of that. The slogan is "You deserve more," or "You have earned more." The idea being you have earned more than you are currently being given by the by the German capitalist system. So what exactly do they mean by that? Well, there are some subdivisions here. No, so the rent doesn't eat up more of your life. What do they want? Price control on rents and closing some loopholes that allow for uh, for rents to be raised, as well as opening up new new public or cooperatively owned uh, building associations. That is not something particularly wild, and in fact, hyper-capitalist Hong Kong basically has cooperative building associations or building administrations. So that's something that happens. Okay, this is something against so shopping doesn't hurt anymore. They want to scrap tax on food products, hygiene products, and public transit. Price controls for energy and food, and a stronger persecution against cartels, because there is a huge cartel risk if you actually consider the incentive structure of capitalism. They very much want to combat that. They want to ban the waste of food, and apparently heating and power should have a preisgünstigen Sockeltarif. I'm not exactly sure how to translate that. They want to make the price be a little bit more justly calculated. Okay, let's see what's next. A better taxation system, and this is some details on how exactly they they want to make that, including a wealth tax, which is actually fine by me, and it would be fine by me even if I were rich. So before you say that, and you can argue about principles as much as you want, but really no one is making €1 million in a year based off of their own work. That all comes from the evaluation other people bring, and really that €1 million is for the most part is in many ways better spent keeping 10, 20, or 50 people alive than it is to keep one person alive. Okay, let's see what's next. Retirement and health insurance, a little bit more, made with a bit more solidarity in mind. So there is a national health insurance that will where everyone contributes. That will make health insurance cheaper for the average German. So smaller tax load. That's good. Okay, no more profit hospitals. That is good. And also this fun little tidbit. If you've worked for 40 years, you should be able to retire, not work until because there are a lot of jobs where you can work until you're 67, which is the current upper limit, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. For freedom in the world, diplomacy and weapons de-escalation. So they want diplomacy and peaceful conflict resolutions, which includes a truce and a just freedom in the Ukraine and the Middle East. Okay, this is one sticking point I do have with their program, because Russia is obviously the aggressor here, and if they want peaceful freedom, then they should join the chorus of voices telling Russia to stop, and not not ask that people that peace just suddenly be established. When there is a clear aggressor, you have to speak against that aggressor, not just talk about ending the conflict or ending the outward conflict. And also no more money for the weapons industries or for weapons companies. Yeah, okay, fair. Let's see. Okay, work and social security, higher minimum wage, Okay, minimum. Okay, let's see. There's a minimum insurance and a higher minimum, pension. That's interesting. And let's see. And free school and kindergarten lunches, because no child should be hungry. Okay, reconstruction rather than striking. Climate change has to be social. So, okay. See, so, so paying for the CO2 for for refilling and warming and warmth should be and warming your house should be abolished. Okay. Investment fund for the industry. We want they want to assist people who they want to assist employees who want to take control of their company. So they're basically encouraging people to be to go cooperative, and they want to do that with an investment fund. Fine by me. Use capitalism's weapons against it, and the biggest climate offenders should pay for climate protections. Yep, again I agree. Okay, no hate, no racism. So what's that? Right to asylum, against violence. They oppose violence against women, and also equal pay for equal work. No more discrimination, no more um, uh, no more I was gonna how do I put it? No more forcing people out. So yeah, all in all, a pretty solid program. So yeah, I can say that the Linke, with one pretty sizable exception, hasn't really uh, lost my favor with regards to what it is they do. And I'm pretty sure their coalition partners could keep them in line, assuming they get enough votes assuming they get enough votes this time around to actually enter parliament. Because even now they barely got in. Anyway, that was the left. Now we're moving on to Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht, the Sarah Wagenknecht Alliance, a splinter party from the left, and the leader is this lady, Sarah Wagenknecht, who, by the way, is in fact a tanky, and in many ways, and has in fact, and her alliance, Bündnis Sarah Wagenknecht, is actually mainly composed of the tankies that were in the that is actually composed of a lot of tankies that broke away from the left. So now that risk is now that risk of them being like now the risk of them being trying to, I don't know, turn Germany into into a copy of a Soviet puppet doesn't come from the left. It comes from these people. This is what their website looks like. So we got the leader right up here. Then we got pay money to get billboards up, various press statements, and there is a program right here. Actually, I have it open on this end. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty rich, as you can see. I'm not gonna go through all of it. I'm gonna go through some bullet points. The main motto here is "Our country deserves more." So I think you'll notice the shift here, because with the left it was like "you deserve more." Now it goes "your country deserves more" or "our country deserves more." So the shift goes from a from a more individualized, more bespoke perspective to a broader perspective. This actually could serve as a pretty interesting contrast between individualist progressive left leaning and this more old school collectivist left parties. Let's see. Preamble, la 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 la. Okay, it's about 23rd of February, it's about deciding upon directions. First point, freedom. Yeah, not... yeah, okay, let's see what you got here. We are the only consistent freedom party in the in the parliament, and we want to stress de-escalation, equalization of interest, and international collaboration in the same tradition as Willy Brandt. Willy Brandt is, I think, one of the few German chancellors who won a Nobel Peace Prize, so not a bad role model. But also, he worked in a very different world, all things considered. So, okay. Germany should take up its historical responsibility, and peace should come from German soil. Conflict resolution through military means is thoroughly rejected. So yeah, another one who wants peace in Ukraine but doesn't see peace as what it would actually be, the presence of justice. So yeah, I'm following you'll notice I'm following the Martin Luther King definitions of positive and negative peace. For those of you who are unaware, positive peace means justice prevails. Negative peace means there is no conflict or no visible open conflict. Anyway, what else does she want to say? We need a defensive alliance that follows backing of the UN Charter. This is arguably what NATO should be, but she is very much principally anti-NATO because she sees that as an instrument of expansion, which is basically a risk for any military alliance. But whatever. Europe needs a stable safety architecture that would also include Russia in the long term. So yeah, a little bit of trickery here. Okay, disarmament. Weapons control. No more weapons export in war zones. Okay, this is very much okay. This is way too gray. Okay, well, let's see what's up. What's next? Restructuring the armament industry. Yeah. Okay. The safety of the people cannot be subsumed by profit interests. I agree, but really the armament industry is not the first point. Is not the first point where that is really the biggest problem. Okay, nuclear conflict. Yeah. Germany should be banned from owning, should be banned from owning atomic weapons. That is her position. Okay. And also, okay, I see military isolationism is put in place. The war in Ukraine needs to be ended via diplomatic means. The diplomatic means, yeah, Russia can diplomatically fuck off to its own borders. That's it. Let's see. Peace in the Middle East. Talking about Hamas. Yeah, okay, that's kind of a general issue. I can't really fault the alliance in particular because Germany as a whole is somewhat pro-Zionist. Look at that. No more weapons deliveries to Israel. Well, yeah, that kind of results from what was said earlier. No more weapons exports. Period. Okay. Well, let's see. Weapons embargo, armistice and two-state solution. Two-state solution hasn't worked. I think it's been seriously tried for at least 50 or 60 years now, and we've seen it doesn't really work. Palestinians need to be fully integrated within any new, within any state that would happen to exist within its territories. That is something that within its territory. That is simply a fact. You can't just go, you can't go two-state solution. While I have, I may have praised you for being, for being anti-Zionist, but you're repeating Zionism's faults here. Okay, let's see. A sovereign Europe in a multipolar world. Everyone who says multipolar world simply wants more empires that would oppose what they see as the American empire. And yeah, America can very legit be called an empire, but really looking at, but saying the alternative is to, to have empires stand against it. But saying the alternative is to have empires stand against it is that that's not an alternative. That's that is simply setting up the stage for a broader war in the near future. Okay, what do we want here? Not a centralization of power within the EU Commission. You want, okay, that's odd. And cease the expansion of the EU. Why should you cease the expansion of the EU? That's let people join if they want to. Let's see. Stop deindustrialization. This is one. Okay, this is her going. No degrowth, no new world order. That kind of stuff. Let's see. Lower energy prices. Okay. There are some things here I'm gonna have to look at them on their own, but I don't know what to make of this. I imagine some of it would actually be in good faith, but given you started with the freedom, with the Frieden or the peace stuff, and you're going into some very questionable directions here, strengthen the middle class and encourage competition. Okay, that's something. Large companies should be taxed to the same extent as medium-sized ones. Okay, that's something. Better infrastructure. Yeah, that is something that Germany has for a long time done quite well, but is now kind of shaking. More investment and more investments and togetherness. Okay, taxes and finance. Let's see, what else are you want to do? Respect for farmers, and for the protection of environment and animals. That's okay. That's a good point. Assuming she actually sticks to it. And for an honest society based on performance. Okay, better pensions, better salaries. Okay, another country that wants to raise the minimum wage. That's good. Better education. Yeah, that's good. At least in principle. There are things that want, but I'm not sure how many of these things are just are slogans or are actually policies. So yeah. Enough with the two-tiered medical system. I very much agree with that. What else is there? Yeah, okay, a few things. So yeah, this was Zara. I can't really say I find myself particularly encouraged to vote for her. One could argue that the best performing parts of the left are actually now in the in this alliance, and therefore a vote for them would actually advance the goals of the left. But I am not particularly certain on that front. Anyway, next up, from off left, we're going to off right with AfD, Alternative for Germany, aka the people who are Nazis in everything but name. This is what their party looks like, or their website. You'll remember this bitch, who at the time of this video's production had a conversation with Elon Musk where she declared Hitler to be a communist, which, yeah, bullshit. Also, she wants to deport foreign-born people, even though she's married to a Sri Lankan. And also she opposes identity politics, even though she very much weaponizes the fact that she is a married lesbian in order to in order to say that they are not, that this party isn't hostile to minorities. It just wants to see a policy that reflects normalcy, whatever the fuck that means. And let's see, they have a plan for the future, which can be summed up in one paragraph. And then there are a whole bunch of things that that they talk about here, and they say that other parties, or one other party in particular, doesn't do. So let's see, what do they want to do here? Protect borders? Yeah, that can mean, yeah, that's a dog whistle right there. No more money for asylum seekers. Bitch, how do you want them to be integrated into your society? You don't want them to be integrated? You want people to die? Do you want people to die? That's how people die. Okay. Make asylum harder to, make asylum harder. Okay. Make it harder for people to gain German citizenship. I already have German citizenship, but I can recognize that it took me a while and it was a little bit ridiculous. So yeah, this is also something I very much oppose. No more unemployment. Go fuck yourself. Open use of technologies. And in this case, that means more. This means that bans on stuff like engine and heating regulations need to be lifted. So yeah, more carbon emissions and lead poisoning for everyone. Why the fuck not? Lower taxes for citizens and companies, in particular companies, if I may say so myself. So yeah. Which would in turn leave Germany without its main without its main focal point, the fact that it generally works. What's up? No more bullshit bureaucracy. Which of the bureaucracy is bullshit, huh? Let's see. Nonsense EU rules. Most of the EU rules are most of the nonsense EU rules and bans need to come to an end. Which of these rules and bans do you think are nonsense? You're talking about things that are snappy, but something being snappy by definition means that it doesn't have filling. Where's the fullness? What are you talking about? Okay, that was weird. Making energy cheaper again. Making energy cheaper again by scrapping environmental protections. Screw you. Protect freedom of speech. So yeah, use slurs for everyone. Okay. Okay, Wine Dyke. If that's what you want, that's what you'll get. Yeah. Apologies for using the D word to all the lesbians in my attendance, assuming there are any of you. Okay. Now let's look at their actual program, which is divided between a whole bunch of topics, including one on culture and the media. Not something you typically trust the state to handle. Let's look at schools actually, and of course all the. Let's see. They want to scrap the bachelor and master system and reintroduce what we had before that. Yeah, kind of a bullshit change, if I may say so. Improve the autonomy of universities. I imagine what that could mean, but let's see. Should be a country of research. Higher financing for universities. Okay, higher. So yeah, higher financing for universities, and there should be no no economic goals dictated by dictated by any plans regarding the regarding number of students or success of success in studies. This is all described as a leveling that needs to stop. I'm of two minds about that, and however I can pretty safely say that AFD is wrong on both. Educate autonomous autonomous citizens instead of state-born indoctrination. Well, by that logic, you should be disqualified. And teaching about Islam does not belong in German schools. Well, how do you expect people to know what world they live on? Come on, for real. Also, this is from 2017. These people haven't updated their program for the past 2 election cycles. Anyway, they'll say, okay, what'll they say here? They're talking that the curriculum shouldn't teach Islam is true, whatever whatever that is. But they're gonna twist the law in such a way as to prevent Islam being talked about in schools in any capacity, because indoctrination or some shit like that. Okay, next up, culture and media. What do we got here? German culture instead of multiculturalism. That's some that's some serious dog whistling right there. Multiculturalism is non-culturalism. Go fuck yourself. Come on. Anchor the German language in the Constitution, and let go of the taxation funded part of public broadcasting. I can't really say I'm a fan of this particular this particular thing. I am not really a fan. I could argue that I'm not really a fan of the paying that money, but I am a fan of what that money brings. So yeah, I do oppose that. Let's see. We've already looked at. I think we've already looked at schooling. Let's look at health. That's a pretty softball question. Okay. Doctoral supervision in the whole country, or more precisely in rural areas. So you want more doctors in rural areas as well. Okay. So that means you want to make state institutions responsible for getting, responsible for making such positions more attractive to doctors. What does more attractive mean in this case? Dem Pflegenotstand entgegenwirken. What do you mean by this? So there should be a lower threshold for healthcare staff. Yeah, okay. How are you gonna get there? How are you gonna get there if you're gonna ban people getting into the country? Okay. Strengthening hospitals through investments. Okay, that's generally a good idea, but I don't trust you putting it together. Okay, but doctors and therapists should primarily be educated in Germany. Okay. Wait, you want a German-Turkish agreement on social healthcare? Did I read that out loud? Oh, okay, they want to abolish something that's existed since 1964, and they want to renegotiate it. Renegotiate means we've talked about it and we figured that nothing is going to work anyway, so we might as well just scrap it. That's what they're talking about, especially when they're talking about a European, a more broadly European system replacing it. And given that this party is anti-EU, I don't trust them. Alternative medicine, as Okay, seriously, alternative medicine as a supplement for traditional medicine? If alternative medicine worked, it would be called medicine. And also, here's something fun. And the last point is freelance midwives. Yeah, because that will not backfire at all. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh yeah, external politics and safety. What do we got? Uh, orient external politics on German interests. Isn't that already the case? Yeah, you're talking about aligning yourself to the UN Charter, but your very existence very much pushes the opposite. Strict non-interference policy. Okay. International Islamic terrorism is an honest threat. Yeah, no one's challenging that. What's your point? Okay, it should be battled with all available legal means, including those you will create, which will allow you to, deport Muslim children, right? Including those. Reconsider relationship to other countries. Germany must defend itself. So are they against Front X, or are they against the idea of a EU army? Is that the point? National safety strategy could also, yeah, okay. Strengthen the economy, and protect the citizen. Oh, I see. So they don't want. So they want to prevent. German educated people from leaving Germany. They need to stay within Germany and strengthen the local economy. Okay, so you are against the freedom of movement. Good to know. And better. Let's see. Development policy. What does that mean? Okay, strategy change. Developing countries need to be more justly integrated into the international commerce. Okay, that's oddly progressive of you. That requires the participation of private citizens private economic actors within development projects. That is very tricky. It could mean that corporations should just take over transportation initiatives, in which case you will see a lot more autobahns and a lot less investment in public transit. So yeah, not a great idea. Oh wait, it's not local, it's external. So it wants so the AfD wants to practice neo-colonialism. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I'm done with this party. I'm done with them. And we've gone from bad to worse. Now we're talking about the fourth party of the day, the Freie Demokraten, or the Freie Demokratische Partei, FDP. They were part of the leadership coalition of the the Bundestag that is being replaced. However, they were really opposition and an opposition party in all but name, because they very much opposed most of the endeavors or actions that that the incumbent government set in place, and they even got this big brother ass advertisement here that is about hey, take responsibility, that is about taking responsibility. And I'm like, seriously, you are talking about taking responsibility, you who did everything in your power to dissuade any kind of responsible governance. Okay. And what else do we have here? Okay, first of all, pay for pay for our electoral billboards. We got news here on Scholz, the incumbent chancellor, threatens Europe's security, talking about Ukraine. And let's see, without a strong economy, there is no safety or security. They want a stronger middle class. They want to strengthen Germany together. You had that opportunity for 3 years and you squandered it. You can spare me with all that, with all your bullshit right now. Okay, and also this is their electoral program. Like, this isn't even graphic design is my passion kind of bad. This is a mood board out of flyers bad. What is this? And also, what's with this slogan? Daddy State is not responsible for your education. Really? You're still doing, yeah. These people have now fully taken on the neoliberal. When they call themselves liberal, they are in fact neoliberal. They are all, the state is always bad. Big government. Every government is big. Government is always big. Government is always bad. Government needs to disappear. Fuck you. And they call themselves. They have 5 reasons. Let's see. Performance must count. Yeah. The left and the Zara Wagenknecht alliance actually had better plans in that regard. Growth is useful to everyone. That is demonstrably not the case. Freedom and security. Okay. They want to limit and control migration. So again, they talk about freedom, but they don't want freedom of mobility, or they don't want people to freely arrive in Germany. So yeah, not a lot of freedom there. And also, don't make me laugh. A slim state. What does it mean for the state to be slim? If there are five laws, yet 50% of the country works for the state, that state is not slim. Okay. Let's look at. However, they also have this this thing in talking about their electoral program. So let's see what they've got here. Bullet points. Everything can be changed. More freedom for more people. That can mean anything. Have the courage to strengthen the competitiveness of the economy, perhaps. And yeah, the idea that people simply aren't investing in economies because they're cowards is a choice. It's a wrong choice, but it's a choice. Changing for the better. Yeah, everyone claims that. Let's see. What do we have? The world's best education for self-assured citizens. I trust the Nordic system. I trust the Nordic model to do that, and you do not further the Nordic model. Let's see. What do we have? Better education for young children or early children. Let's see. Mission. There's a mission statement. Improving that quality. Okay, they want to introduce a language program, if I'm mistaken. Okay, yeah. Okay. More language programs in schools. That's a good thing. Okay, better kindergarten educators. Modern schooling. Yeah, that is one thing that they've that they've had a little bit more success throughout their program so far. Mainly the fact that they talk about wanting better schools. I don't know. So yeah, that's generally a good idea. I will very much agree. Education federalism at the level of our times, whatever the fuck that means. There can no longer be a competitive battle between the national government and the various state governments. I thought you liked competition. Anyway. Okay. A reform of let's see, reform of education federalism. Okay, so everyone would have the same. Everyone would have the same. Would have basically the same GCSEs or the same end of high school exam, which okay might be a good idea. Okay. Clean up schools. Clean up schools and grant them more autonomy. You want to grant schools more autonomy, but at the same time you want all schools to have, or at the same time you want all high school students to give, to have the same exam nationwide. Those two don't work together. Okay. Modern curriculums, better teachers. Okay. Job-born education. La, la, la. Well-being. Well-being and promotion options for the future. I'm reminded of that Eugene Debs quote about how capitalism constantly pushes people to to see others as lesser than them because they constantly compete because they constantly compete against them in order to get or in order to get to higher positions than their fellow man. That somehow feels relevant here. No more bureaucracy burnout. A a tax system that rewards performance and investment. Okay, the fact that you snuck investment in here really tells me everything I need to know. You want to make it easier for the rich to move their money around and elevate and sink various towns as they see fit. No, thank you. Venture capital, yeah, as I said. Competitive corporate taxation. We've already seen what that means. Yeah. Okay. Affordable energy for citizens and companies. Yeah. Okay. Companies don't really care that much unless they're unless they're like, I don't know, steel mills. There is a lot of flexibility in terms of in terms of energy prices for companies. So this is not as strong a condition as one might think. A modern right to work. Yeah, right to work means no more. Yeah, I imagine this means that you're gonna weaken like union protections or something like that. Let's see if unions are mentioned in any way. Oh, you want a 4-day work week? That's okay. That's good. At the same pay rate. So okay, there is some level of genuine freedom that goes in. Okay. uh, Digital work contracts. I'm fine with that for the most part. Fairness for freelancers, whatever that means, and modernizing the right to strike. It's a okay. They call it an important basic right, and ooh, there should still be a a minimum level of occupation in various jobs, so that even if strikes happen, then then those services can still be rendered. Newsflash: strikes are supposed to be disruptive. Fuck you. I am not supporting that. Okay. For social security systems that make people want to perform. Okay. So what does that mean here? Work must be more profitable than it is now. There are two ways to make that happen. You either increase you either make work more. Is this do you mean more profitable by comparison or more profitable overall? Because if you're talking about more profitable overall, then that means taking the existing conditions and improving upon them. But if you're talking about better by comparison, then you're talking about making stuff like unemployment benefits lower. And when you do that, people die. Do you want people to die? I think you want people to die. Let's see. Self-determined in every situation. So yeah, this is some anti-discrimination bullshit. Even though they might not realize how exactly their previous positions actually, maybe not cause, but definitely do further discrimination. Okay, yeah, immigration based on rules. Uh, migrating within the job market. So yeah, it's it's that kind of. So yeah, it's you want here. You better prove yourself to your corporate overlords if you want to be in this country. Okay, let's see. Uh, modern justice and fair chances for families and the elderly. That can mean a whole bunch of things, and some of what they mean definitely contradict what I've seen so far. Okay. Uh, success in personal associations. So they're talking about club participation and stuff like that. Not a bad idea overall. Uh, okay, health plans, slim state that functions. Yeah, we've seen how that works. There is somewhere here something about eliminating taxes because that will improve digitalization, and I can only think, who the fuck uses taxes in the year of our Lord 2025? Okay. I think I'm done here. Okay, that was it. That was it for them as well. And now we get to the now we get to the main two, starting with SPD, the Sozialdemokratische Partei Deutschlands, the Social Democratic Party of Germany. This is their party. You get you get this cute little video opening you up, talking about what it is that they want to do, and this is their program. So they're the outreach. Their the outreach they're talking about, and also this is some pretty good advertising here. Now it is official. The SPD is making lives better for the millions instead of the millionaires. Now that is okay. Now that is a good, and that is some good. That's some good campaigning. Anyhow, talking about social outreach again, more and more. Oh, and also there is and also here's pay money for political billboards. Still, it does start better than some of the things we've seen so far. And this here is their program. 59 pages long. I won't go through all of it. Let's see. This is what they talk about doing. Okay, higher minimum wage. Lower income taxes for people who make less. Okay, that is so far oddly right wing, even though you're the main left wing party. Okay, center left. Okay, less taxes on less taxes on food. And less taxes on food, and better conditions for better conditions for affordable living. Investing in rail, bridges, and digitalization. That's good. Okay, we support our companies in worldwide economic competition. Better payments, better wages overall, stable pension plans, stable better health assurances, better healthcare, safety from within, security, external and internal security, trustworthy education institutes, social progress, and other stuff like that. Let's see. And this is how they're gonna do each of these things. Talking about, okay, made in Germany. Oh, do you want to, better investment for, investing in, uh, local companies. That's interesting. And you want to make investing in Germany more appealing, whatever that means. Uh, less bureaucracy, at least in economic spheres. We want to make progressive innovations possible. Okay, that sounds good. And there are here some ways in which it's described. You want to continue expanding upon AI. Really, this is just a bubble. This is just an investment bubble. It'll burst soon enough, and it'll leave a lot of people, a lot of people holding empty bags. Okay, made in Germany 2.0. I've already talked about that. Stronger work market. Good education. Okay, good education should be should be successful for everyone. So that means better improvements in better spending in kindergartens and schools, improved spending upon kindergartens and schools. Finance policies that help the future of our country. Whatever that means. So, okay, the modernization of our infrastructure should be a collaborative effort. I agree. Okay. High earners should spend a fair amount to the financing of investments in the future. I very much agree to that. Which means raising taxes for the highest earners. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Okay, next point. Make lives easier for employees and their families. Okay, an affordable home. That's good. And okay, working should make a good life possible. Good salaries for everyone. 95% of people who pay taxes should have more of their keep more of their income. Okay, that's good. Affordable groceries. That's good. Stable pensions. That's good. So yeah, etc. There's some good stuff here. It's pretty milquetoast. It's pretty milquetoast center left stuff, but but overall quite fine. And I imagine for some people in the U.S. that's a lot of what I've talked sounds perhaps better than it sounds for me. Oh, whatever. This is overall a good plan. And now we arrive at last and arguably perhaps least, the CDU, the party Angela Merkel was a part of, and and this party is actually currently, as of the time this video is recording, in the lead in the polls, even though ironically it is constantly memed on for being absolutely useless. And this is what their party website looks like, with the current head of the party and chancellor candidate Friedrich Merz, who, let's just say he doesn't really have the best record. There is something of a charm offensive going on now, with him, where he's depicted as being a steady hand with a lot of experience in statecraft. But actually, if you look at his voting records and statements, you will find some things that make you go, ugh. Yeah. Anyway, and here I see they are voting more or less on they're going more or less for their professionalism. They're talking about they're talking about what they did at their last at our last nationwide party meeting. They're talking about and they're talking about various events. They're talking about their social hub. They're talking about their agenda. So yeah, what their what their plans for what their plan is. So yeah, this is overall a pretty good plan. And we have here, this is what they're calling it, a change of politics for Germany. I don't know how different your politics is, or the politics you will advocate for are, because most likely you will just you'll just do the same things that the other guys did, and then claim that that you've brought on some great innovations, even though what actually happens is that the things that those previous guys did are now starting to pay dividends. Anyway, moving ahead, let's go to their program, or more precisely, the short version of their program, only 10 pages long. Should be easy enough to go through. Okay, new promise of well-being. You want to lower taxation for people with with small and medium-sized wages. Okay. If you're working overtime, all the overtime pay will no longer be taxed. That's an interesting idea. Fine by me. Better funding for people who for commuters. That's also good. Modernized working laws, whatever that means. Okay, there should be so instead of there being a daily cap on work time, there should be a weekly cap on work time. Okay. And there's gonna be a work and stay bureau for foreign employees. Okay, for people who are economic migrants to Germany. That's an overall good idea, I'm gonna say. Revolution in the economy. More freedom for work power. Let's see. Less taxation for corporations. Fuck that shit. Less bureaucracy. That could mean whatever. No more badgering. They want to loosen this thing, the Lieferkettengesetz. Lieferketten is a supply line, so they want to make it easier to establish supply line, or establish or maintain supply lines. I think we're ignoring why exactly that law exists in the first place, but whatever. And something here about European standards and how exactly they want to they want to change those. Make energy more affordable, and protect the climate in an economic manner. Please miss me. Oh wait, I forgot. There's one more party that actually has some good shots at making it in the how did I miss those? I'm talking about the Greens, and in fact I'm gonna open up their party right now. Grüne. Okay. B90 Grünen. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. So anyway, I'm gonna open them. Yeah, I'll get to you later. Okay. Now back to the topic at hand. Okay, make energy affordable. Make Germany fit for investments, digitalization, and startups, whatever that would mean. Okay. Strong and just social state. So yeah, at least they want to preserve some of Germany's social safety nets. You want to get rid of unemployment benefits, really? Okay, you do. Okay, you do say you want to replace it, but and okay, you don't want to raise the minimum wage. Whatever. Okay, whatever you want to do. Okay, for freedom, peace, and safety. For the sake of freedom, you want to introduce Wehrpflicht. So what does that mean? How do I translate that? Conscription. They want to reintroduce conscription or the draft. Yeah, no, thank you. You can't really stand for that and then say you want freedom. Okay, support families. Better pay for parents and better parental leave. That's good. Good education, and yeah, other such. And yeah, this is what the CDU, the current front runners in the poll is advocating for. But there is one more party to look at, namely the Greens, who, just like the party I started this video with, the left, actually started out as a broad coalition of various progressive or environmentalist movements, and which is why they're called Alliance 90s / the Greens. They are currently broadly known as the Greens, and this is their current candidate for chancellor, Robert Habeck. He was the deputy chancellor in the in the incumbent government that is about to be replaced. So yeah. So and on that front alone, the Greens have a pretty good claim on being once again in the ruling coalition. And yeah, he's inviting you to join his team, Team Habeck. Let's see, what else do we got? Okay. Going for professionalism. This is what's been decided by the Bundestagswahl faction. This is what they've done, and this is what they've done in 2024. And yeah, okay. Let's see. They're going on tour. They're talking to people, getting their they're going not on tour, on campaign. And this is where they're about to show up. Let's see. Am I here? Where are they going? Nürnberg, Leipzig, Kleinmachhof, Michendorf, Dresden, Freiburg, Stuttgart, Potsdam, Münster. Oh, Frankfurt. Okay, yeah. This will have taken place at the time this video's released. I haven't yet decided if I'm going to take part. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. And yeah. Okay, what's next? What do you want? Economic stuff. Climate change is not a luxury question. Affordable energy for private dwellings. That's a good distinction to make. Instagram, why green? This is what we've done. So again, just like the CDU, they want to show themselves as professionals. Unlike the CDU, I think they have a better claim at that. Okay, their leadership. This is how you can participate. But what exactly are you? Yeah, let the ambulance pass, people. Come on. Okay. I'm somewhat surprised there is no. I'm surprised they don't really have an electoral program leaflet or announcement or something like that. all I have is this basic program they have and what they're fighting for. Let's see. We protect climate and the economy. We okay, fighting for justice or equity. We protect democracy and freedom, and we assure peace and security. That's a good order of priorities, all things considered. What do they want? Climate and economy, and they're always like connected. I think they realize something. Let's see how they manage it. Given that this topic is constantly disputed, that climate protection methods are too expensive. The question is always compared to what. I can safely say that climate protection costs a little bit less than disaster relief, and then the various ways in which you have to counter the effects of that disaster relief, like people being displaced, people losing everything they have and having to start all over again. So you're better off being actively fighting climate change rather than taking a proactive stance towards protecting your economy from climate change, rather than saying that nothing that any kind of effort is too expensive. Okay, let's see. A social and fair to the climate transportation policy, strengthening the economy, and this is the picture it shows for the economy. Okay, protecting climate, protecting the environment and nature, pushing for an energetic development, improving digitalization, improving rural areas, or strengthening rural areas, and fair agricultural practices. This is all good. Okay, this is what I wanted, their program. And then there is their basics program, which I think is, it's this. This is what I've opened. Okay, let's go with their electoral program. We grow together. What is it you want? Modernizing the country, growth and well-being. There should be growth and well-being renewed with a German fund, and a reform of the debt break. Yeah, because that's kind of been an issue here in Germany about debt and what it takes to and about what it takes to actually spend in all the directions in which the German state is spending. Okay, next up. Create various conditions. Create various conditions and allow for means and given orientation. So yeah, they're basically painting themselves as guides for the general activity of the country, which is an overall good position for politics to place itself in. Okay, it's available here for download. Let's see. These are the major points. Investing in the future. What does that mean? Okay, German fund. Revamping the infrastructure, or rather, infrastructure maintenance. Better spending on kindergartens and schools. Okay. Affordable living. So making housing affordable, affordable mobility options, with the Deutschland ticket. Yeah, that was a thing. It's gotten more expensive since January 2025, and apparently they want to bring it back to its original price. And cheap electricity. You can't very much get cheap electricity through renewables. Beyond that, let's see. Powerful and innovative economy. What does that mean? Investments, okay. Investment bonuses. So they want to. So I think they want to make it easier for for private individuals or for smaller investors to get involved in the to get involved in investing, and that would lead to them having some to them having bonuses or higher dividends. Which I guess is something that can work, especially which I guess is something that can work. I have some thoughts on that. Even though one could argue that cooperative ownership would the cooperative ownership of the means of production, if I can borrow some more Marxist lingo in this video, could be forwarded in that manner, and I think that makes some kind of sense. But really, however, it really depends on how effectively but that would really rely on that would really necessitate, first of all, the Greens being in that would require both the Greens and the left to be in power. And while they are I would say the two best options in that regard, and while I would say they are the two best options, in my money, I'm not sure. I hope other people also agree with that. Anyway, brain fart aside. Let's go. Specialists for a modern, I've been talking too long and my brain stopped braining. Okay. Specialists for a modern economy, an app for Germany, whatever the fuck that is. Okay, more equity. Okay, a more equitable taxation system. Yeah, that's good. Tax people who earn more. And you want to introduce a global billionaire tax. Good, I very much support that. Okay, higher minimum wage. You too. That's good. Open society. Okay, yeah, that's good. Against against discrimination. Against discrimination against and against ostracization. Okay, that's good. Okay, a society of equal rights and a safety society. Okay. Stable climate and clean environment. Okay. Fair climate protection. Booster for environmental safety or security. And a society without garbage. Well, circular economies exist, so making that happen is a good thing, especially on as broad a scale as possible. And for peace and freedom in Europe. Okay, it's good that you mentioned Putin's attack on the Ukraine. That's that's a good position to hold. I hope the left and the Zarawagenknecht Alliance take note on that, because this is how you actually talk about it. Okay, for a strong Europe. So yeah, Europe needs to work. So yeah, the European nations need to work better together in order to provide an effective counterweight to the USA and China. I agree. An active external politics. So yeah, build strong partnerships, both in the both in the EU and outside of it, including the global south. That's good. Investing in safety. Uh, yeah. Okay, talking about the 2% that is also in the NATO guidelines. And yeah, my voice is almost gone, and I've been filming for like at least 80 minutes, so I might as well just stop now. Anyway, this has been this has been quite fun and a little bit illuminating. I can't really say who I'm gonna vote for now. I still have I still have another. There's still another part of the voting ballot that I have to that I have to look at. I want to see. I just looked at the big six parties that would was it a big six? It's technically actually the big seven. Anyway, I looked at the biggest parties that are likely to make it into the looking at the biggest parties that are likely to make it into the following Bundestag. For now, my actual voting decision will be has been clarified at least hasn't clarified at least a little bit, and I hope you now have a somewhat better idea on on who the main political actors of Germany are and what it is that they on what it is that they want to bring forth. And if you haven't, then I suggest you look for somewhere else because I'm completely done. Anyway, regardless, thank you for your attention. If you've enjoyed this presentation, then I recommend that you like the video, maybe even share it wherever you think other people will also like the video. If there's anything you'd like to add, either to the parties themselves or to my analysis of their programs and plans, that is what the comment section is for. And if you want to see when my next video gets released, well then please subscribe. And ideally also ring the bell or do whatever else YouTube will ask of you in order to keep you notified. I also have a main channel where I talk about book-related and literature topics. A link to it you can find in the description down below. Right past my social media links, which I also suggest you check out should you choose to. If that doesn't interest you, then I suggest you stay on this channel and go for my extensive backlog of basically whatever. Sometimes I look at stuff on the internet due to various prompts. Sometimes I play stuff. Sometimes I review movies or TV shows. Sometimes I do none of that. So yeah, there's always something new, something to catch your attention around here. So yeah, if you stick around for a while, you're likely to find at least one thing that will be of interest to you. If that isn't true of and if nothing of I've said so far is of interest to you, then I suggest you go ahead and do whatever you want the rest of your day because it is your day after all. For now, however, I am very much done. So yeah, until next time, I have been the One Take Man.